friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liz, and if you're new around here, we do a butt ton of beauty related content, mainly makeup tutorials, which is what you're about to watch. So today's makeup tutorial is 3 looks using one collection. We are going to be using the Whitney Houston Cross Mac collection. I love this. I think it's absolutely stunning. The packaging is just bougie. I love it. So this is what the inside of the palette looks like. It's a very cool tone, but this seems to be warm when it comes on. Anyway, we'll get to that when we get into the swatches. But so this is the palette. We're going to be creating 3 looks using it. This collection has 2 blushes and it has 1 extra dimension skin finish, so their highlighter. It also has 4 lipsticks, so I'm not going to grab all of them because they're just there, and I'm missing one. It's in my handbag because I wore it yesterday. But this is what the bullets will look like. So super cute. I am loving the packaging. I think it's a really nice collection. If you can get it, I would recommend grabbing it, even some pieces or 1 or 2 pieces from it. I think that it is definitely worth it this time around.
Alrighty guys, so starting off with my concealer on my eye using the Too Faced one as normal, blending that out with a setting brush, and then we're going to go in with the Whitney Houston palette. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to start this look by using the shade Nippy's Melon. I've got a bit of tape on my eye so that I get a super sharp wing. I'm taking Nippy's Melon right in that outer corner crease area, focusing it there, and then I'm going to start blending it across. To help with blending, I'm taking a translucent face powder. This is just, you know, my favorite at the moment, and I'm really blending out those edges so it's really blown out. Once I've done that, I will go back in with Nippy's Melon and build that up again, tapping it in firstly, then softening it, then taking the translucent powder, then so on and so on. The next shade is Nippy's Chestnut, and I'm taking it and doing the exact same steps of pressing it right along that tape in the outer corner, outer V area, and then slowly blending it in with Nippy's Melon and bringing it across. I don't want to take any of these dark shades further past the center of my eye, though. I want to keep it all on the outer corner, making sure that I'm blending in between each step and using that translucent powder to really help keep it seamless. Then I'm going in with Nippy's Noir, which is the matte black in the palette, and I'm taking it right along the tape and the outer half of my eye. You probably could end up skipping this step because I did end up covering it with my eyeliner, but if you didn't want to do eyeliner, this would be a really good step to make it look like you have a soft wing without actually having to do the winged liner. For the lid, I'm taking Nippy's Sand Dust. This is the light matte nude in the palette. Once it's on the eye, it does tend to have a bit of a yellow, almost orangey vibe, I guess you could say, for it. Being matte, it's hard to describe it when it changes color. It's an odd one. Anyway, I'm just tapping it over the open space of the lid. When you build it up, it definitely keeps that yellowy tone. If you blend it out, it loses a bit of that yellow intensity, turns more into like a skin tone nude, which is quite versatile for an eyeshadow. Going in with my eyeliner and just lining the lid quite well. I aim to do it quite small and thin, but that doesn't always work out for us, does it? And then I remove the tape, clean up under the eye, pop some mascara on. For blush, I'm using the shade Nippy's Plum Rose, and I'm just tapping that on to the tops of my cheeks. Now, this collection doesn't have a bronzer or anything like that, so I did just do that off of camera. And then for the highlight, I'm using the Skin Finish. This is in the shade Just Whitney. It is really pretty, and what I did find though, because I do have quite textured skin, this first time using it, I used quite a bit, and I could definitely see the texture quite intensely and from a distance. So just be warned. If you have texture, this definitely does bring it out if you use a bit too much, which I did in this day, but that's okay. Then for the lips, I can't remember what this is called. I don't have the lipsticks in front of me. I will pop it on the screen somewhere for you, but just taking the nude from this collection, and the first look is complete. Starting off the second look, I'm taking my concealer again and just popping that on the lid and then blending it out with a Real Techniques setting brush as usual. I'm taking the grey in this palette, which is called Nippy's Taupe Dusk, and I am using a fluffy brush to place that directly into my crease. I'm pushing it in a few times and then I'll start blending it out. For this look, I wanted to keep it more rounded, and I'm also using my same trick of using the translucent face powder to blend out in between layering of these shadows. So using that also helps prevent it from being too muddy. I'm then going in with Nippy's Grape, which to me looks more of a navy than a purple, just my opinion, but I'm using it to build up the crease over the top of the taupe shade. So I'm going in, packing it on, blending it out with the translucent powder, and I do go back and forth between Nippy's Taupe Dusk and Nippy's Grape to build up that intensity while keeping it really nice and blended. Then I'm taking the shade Nippy's Platinum, which to describe this shade is absolutely terrifying. It's like a black base with a navy silver glitter with a purple glitter reflect in it. It's really pretty. Definitely something that you could wear on a night out. I popped a bit of tissue just underneath my eye as I was applying it because I noticed when I was picking it up on the brush and trying to pack it on that it did have a little bit of kickback, and I didn't want that to fall onto my face. I didn't have too much fallout at all using this palette, but always be careful. Then I'm going back in with Nippy's Sand Dust, which is the nude in the palette, and just placing that on the inner corner of the eyes. Then I did a butt ton of mascara because I decided not to wear lashes. For the blush, I took Nippy's Pink Rose. And again, I just did my bronzer off of camera, and then I took the Just Whitney Skin Finish. Not as much as the day before, but still a little bit too much today for this look, but it's fine. We like to shimmer and shine. I also did take a bit underneath my eyebrows in the highlight area just to kind of warm up the eyes a little bit. I lined my lips today with a nude pencil. You could of course skip this or match it to the color of the lipstick that you're going to be wearing. I took the red, well, it's like a deep bricky red shade in this collection. Again, I'll have it up on the screen and listed down below for you. And that is the second look completed. Starting off the final look for this collection, taking my concealer and patting it out onto the lid with a setting brush from Real Techniques. The first shade I'm going to go in with is Nippy's Sand Dust, and I've applied a bit of tape so I get a sharp edge, and I'm taking that through the crease. Then I'm going in with Nippy's Crease, which is the purple shimmer in this palette. And again, it is hard to describe. It's similar to Nippy's Platinum in that it has multiple shades of glitter in it, but it's not as glittery as Platinum, if that makes sense at all. And when you do start to blend this, as what usually happens with dark purples, they tend to go a little bit grey, a little bit black. So I'm trying my best to use patting motions versus swiping motions so that I don't lose that purple hue. I am going over that line I've created with a blending brush just to soften those edges, going in with my translucent face powder, and also sometimes a bit of sand dust, because we did pop that into the crease as the transition color, just to blend that out. And between those, going back in and tapping that purple back onto the lid to keep that intensity and that shimmer so we don't lose anything. Then I'm focusing Nippy's sand dust on that inner corner to keep it nice and light, and then going back in with Nippy's crease to just pack that on and build up a really nice blended transition. Then I'm going in with Nippy's Noir once again, and I'm taking an angled brush this time and just packing it along my top lash line and a little bit up to the tape, so that it looks like we have winged liner on without actually doing the liner. Then I'm going in with some mascara and giving a good couple coats. For the face, I'm going in with Nippy's Plum Rose. Again, this one's got to be my favorite out of the two. Pink is just really hard to wear for my skin tone, but the purple isn't crazy purple. It's really nice. Then for the highlight, obviously taking Just Whitney, tiny bit of it. And like I mentioned before, I did my bronzer off camera. I used a NARS one, I can't remember what it's called. Then taking what's left on the brush from my highlighter just underneath the brows. And then for the lips, I'm taking this, can't remember what it's called, but it will be up on the screen for you. It is the pink lipstick that has the gold reflect in it. It is so pretty. So that is all 3 looks completed. I hope you enjoyed.
Alrighty guys, so that is it for this 3-look 1 collection tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about this collection, about the looks I created. If you have done looks or tutorials, please leave a link down below in the comments, or come find me on Instagram or Facebook and send them to me. I would love to see them. This one I had a bit of a challenge trying to figure out different looks that didn't look the same. It's a very nice color story, but it's a hard one to work with, and I mean, that's just my opinion. I'd love to know your opinion on it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please give it a like or a thumbs up. It gives me a lot more information on what videos you guys like and don't like. If you would consider subscribing, I would really appreciate that. It always helps me out and makes me feel like I'm doing something that people want to see. Anyway, I am off to work. I'm going to stop talking. I hope you're having a fantastic day or night wherever you are and whenever you're watching, and I will see you in my next video.